I'm Nancy from ClicData, and welcome to our second episode of our Pro Workshop series. Today, we're going to be talking about ClicData Parameters. If you've ever wanted your dashboards to be smarter, show the right data to the right person automatically, then parameters are exactly what you need. Let's get right into it. Imagine you're a sales operation manager and you've built a beautiful sales dashboard. The problem here is you have 60 sales reps, 5 regional managers, and a VP of sales who all want to see different cuts of the same data. Building 60 dashboards is not your answer. Parameters are. Let's start with the first one. The first parameter we're going to look at is the user parameter. A user parameter is a value that is set at a specific user's profile. So every time the user logs into ClicData and opens a dashboard, ClicData automatically knows who they are and can pass those values to filter the dashboard. The most common examples are a rep ID or a sales region. Head over to your account settings and click on Users. Open the profile of the user you want to configure and scroll to the Parameters section. Click Add New and give it a meaningful name, like ID. Then set a value and hit Save. That's it. The parameter is now attached to that user's profile. Now let's connect that parameter to a dashboard widget. Open the dashboard in an edit mode and click on the widget you want to filter. In the widget's properties panel, go to Sort and Filter, Filter, and then Add Filter. In my case, the parameter is based on a user ID. So I'll select the ID, then select User Parameter. This will show me a list of all the user parameters available in the account. In my example, select ID, then hit Save, and then save your dashboard. Now when you open your dashboard, it will automatically filter the data for the logged in user. No manual selection is needed, and users won't see each other's data. The second parameter we're going to look at is the team parameter. Continuing with the previous scenario, let's take it up a notch. While the user parameter is attached to an individual, a team parameter is attached to a group of users, a team in ClicData. A team parameter is defined once in a team, and every member of that team inherits it automatically. Let's see how to set that up. Go to Teams. Let's create a new team called Region NAM. Go to Parameters, Add New, give it a name and a value. Next, go to Users, Add New, and select all the users you want to include in this team. Click Select and then Save. That's it. The parameter is now attached to that team. Every member of the team will inherit this parameter value automatically. Now let's connect that parameter to a dashboard widget. Open the dashboard in edit mode and click on the widget you want to filter. In the widget properties panel, go to Sort and Filter, Filter, and Add Filter. Since the parameter is for region, let's select the same column. Here, select Team Parameter. This will list all the team parameters available in your account. For our example, let's select Region. Then click Save. And also save your dashboard. One important step, you need to make sure your dashboard is shared with your team at a folder level and the dashboard level. For the folder level, go to the options and select Security. Add New, then select Region. Select and save. Similarly, in the dashboard, go to the Security tab, Add New. Now when any member of the team opens the dashboard, it'll automatically filter the data to show only what's relevant to their team. No manual filtering and no extra setup per user. Now when any member of the team opens the dashboard, it'll automatically filter the data to show only what's relevant to their team. No manual filtering, no extra setup per user. The type of parameter we're going to talk about is dashboard parameters. Now that we've seen how user and team parameters can handle automatic identity-based filtering, let's talk about intentional navigation. What if you wanted your user to look at a specific row of data, click on a button, and land on a new dashboard that pre-filters for exactly what they had selected? That's where dashboard parameters come in. Let's see how to set that up. I have a dashboard with a button. When clicked, it opens a second dashboard. Let's set up a dashboard parameter to pass date values from dashboard 1 to dashboard 2. Open the first dashboard in edit mode. Click on the button to open its properties and go to the Interactions tab. Click on Parameters and add two parameters. Let's name them Start Date and End Date. For the value of each, instead of typing a static date, we'll use formulas that capture what the user has selected in the date range picker. So let's write the formula. Widget, date range picker, selected start date. For the value of each, instead of typing a static date, we'll use formulas that capture what the user has selected in the date range picker. Let's build the formula. Widget, date range picker, selected start date. Let's execute to make sure it works, and then hit save. Similarly, for the end date, widget, date range picker, selected end date. Execute to make sure it's working, save. Now save the parameters and save the button properties. Finally, save the dashboard. Let's head over to our second dashboard and open it in edit mode. Click on the widget you want to filter, in our case, the date range picker. Let's create a custom period. In the period type, select formula. Let's build the dashboard parameter formula. Dashboard parameter. The parameter name has to be the same name as defined in the first dashboard. And let's give a default date. Execute to make sure it's working, save. And the to date would be the end date. Dashboard parameter. The parameter name is end date. And the default date is today. Execute to make sure it's working, and then save. And then save the custom period. Next, go to Style and Format, the default period, and select the new custom period. Click Save, and save your dashboard. Now when a user is on dashboard 1, selects a date range, and clicks on the button, they land on dashboard 2 already filtered to exactly the period they were looking at. No extra clicks, no reselecting. We've covered automatic filtering with user and team parameters and precise click-driven filtering with dashboard parameters. But there's still a gap. What happens to filters a user sets when they simply browse through multiple dashboards in a binder? With nothing to hold those selections in place, every time a user switches tabs, these filters are reset and they have to start from scratch. That's where session parameters come in. A session parameter stores a value in the browser session, so the filter selections made on one dashboard automatically carry over to the subsequent dashboards without any reselection. Let's see how to set that up. I have a binder with two dashboards. The first dashboard is a sales opportunities dashboard, and the second dashboard is a sales performance dashboard. Let's pass the date values from the first dashboard to the second using the session parameters. Open the first dashboard in edit mode and go to formulas. Let's create two formulas. One for start date and the second for end date. Let's build a formula to capture the value from the date range picker. So widget, date range picker, selected start date. Execute to make sure it's working, and then click Save. Similarly, for the end date, widget, date range picker, selected end date, execute to make sure it's working. Now here's the key step. Once the formula is created, you'll see a toggle called Store in Session. Make sure to turn that on. This is what tells ClicData to remember the selected value as the user navigates between dashboards. Now save your dashboard. Let's open the second dashboard in Edit mode and select the widget we want to filter. Open the properties and let's create a custom period. In the period type, select Formula, and for the from date, let's build the session parameter formula for start date. Session parameter, start date. And let's also give a default date. Execute to make sure it's working. Save. Similarly for the to date or the end date. Session parameter, end date, and a default date. Execute to make sure it's working. Then click Save. Save the custom period. Now go to Style and Format, Default Period, select New Custom Period, and click Save. Now save your dashboard. Before sharing this with your users, always test it. Open the binder and go to your first tab. Make your selections, and now switch to the second tab. The filters on the second dashboard should immediately reflect those same selections. No reselecting, no resetting. That's exactly what your users will experience. From login to drill through, 4 parameters, 1 seamless experience, no repeated effort. That's the power of building with parameters in ClicData. And that's a wrap on ClicData Parameters. Thanks for watching. Happy dashboarding.